This podcast is brought to you by Your Reno Works.
If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable and responsible interior contractors, please contact Your Reno Works at 8383-7879.
Or you can head on over to their socials at Your Reno Works on Instagram, Facebook or TikTok. Yes, and also at their website www.yourrenoworks.com, and also for the month of November until December, they have a 10% off in-house vinyl. So
So do contact them to mana tahu you need some refreshing in your house, or you want to do any renovation, you will get 10% off in-house vinyls. Contact them at 8382-7879.
Designing space, defining home with Your Reno Works. Your Reno Works can be trusted. Hey, welcome back to another episode of OUTSIDEIN with your host Yanto,
Farah, your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Okay, hari ni kita punya topik
straight masuk.
a bit controversial, a bit sensitive, I would say sensitive.
Yes.
So, but I feel like what our guest wants to share is something that bulu kucing. Is something that needs to be talked about lah. Okay,
so I feel it's something yang people might find it hard to talk about it openly because of certain stigmas being placed around this whole episode lah.
And the community's perspective.
So perspective. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to welcome kita punya tetamu pada hari ini, Basirah dan juga suaminya Adiman. How are you guys?
Hi guys.
Hi.
So cute.
So, dah tak nervous
Tak.
Alhamdulillah. Right, so of course Basirah reached out to us kat Instagram. Kita berbual Melayu lah, jadi senang sikit. Okay. So Basirah DM kita kat Instagram. I think about 2 months back.
Tak
ingat lah. Quite some time back.
Maybe 2 months back. Because I always watch korang punya
Reels, is it?
Reels and then some of your videos on Instagram. There are different topics addressed, but this particular topic belum nampak atau belum didengar. So that's how I reach out to you guys lah, because pengalaman ni banyak. So I feel like maybe there are people who goes through this kind of thing, tapi tak ada tempat or no platform to share or
for their voices to be heard.
Yes. So I feel like maybe with mine, maybe
you
will be better.
Sharing, insyaAllah.
But also we want to just say that thank you lah, because you are so brave, to be open in sharing this very sensitive topic. So basically the story is that they have faced quite a lot of judgment lah, and very critical things has been said about their outlook, when you see them as a couple. So a lot have been said, and we are going to discuss about that today lah.
Yes.
So tapi sebelum tu kita happy dulu Kita happy kita berbual pasal macam mana korang first meet.
Alamak,
if you want to know, very curious.
Yes.
Mengasam dia ketawa.
Dia cakap alamak dulu tau.
Why alamak?
Okay, dia cerita kelakar ke macam mana ni?
Okay. So we actually met through online.
Okay.
A dating app. Okay.
Dating
And
app
then trust me, it's not Moosematch.
Okay.
It's actually what? Bumble.
Bumble.
Okay. Apa dah pakai?
So to be very
Okay, alright.
Dulu. Sebelum kahwin lah, of course.
take note, point noted.
Alright, nanti I check for you. Tak lah.
So funny thing about Bumble is that bila kita swipe right, we won't see that person unless that person actually swipe right on us also.
Oh, then what do you see then?
Blur image.
Oh.
Okay.
Blur image. Kalau tak swipe, then kita tak boleh nampak.
Okay.
So if let's say both of us match that I swipe right on him and he swipe right on me,
then boleh nampak.
then we will nampak.
Reveal the gambar.
And you won't know whether this person swipe right on you
Then
or
the
not.
funny thing is that the woman needs to message first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Send the message.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard about this. Okay.
So
okay.
we have to approach the man first. So when I swipe right on him, right, I still cannot see his face.
Blur.
But it was just like macam just a swipe. Macam just suka-suka swipe je.
Dia kan macam try lah.
Kira macam lagu Alip kalau swipe aku swipe macam gitu lah.
Okay, alright.
Nampak comfortable lah.
Dia dah buka dah dia punya wall.
Tapi dia ada tetap macam a bit of description about himself.
Just the name, I think. There was just the name.
Oh, okay.
I think just the name. So when I swipe right on him, I just like say hi. Itu je.
Hi.
This person actually said, I ada save number you.
Huh?
Terperanjat tak? Aku pun terperanjat buruk. Okay. Then I was like, apa yang dia ada nombor aku Then I'm like I was just like, you salah orang I was telling him you salah orang. Then after that he see my picture. Then he was like, lah, you salah orang ni. Itu contact lain.
Okay. Yeah, pause. I want to ask Adiman.
Not a good first impression, bro.
Tapi I want to ask Adiman, apa yang buat kau macam bilang dia yang aku ada nombor kau?
Tak, as in, okay, first of all kan, bila kita start berbual, actually aku macam
dia tengah berbual dengan banyak perempuan. Okay.
Banyak contact aja, tapi tak ada macam serius lah.
Tengah berkenalan lah.
Macam berkenalan.
Ramai.
So at that time I was like in a broken hearted. Dia baru putus cinta. So actually aku tak nak macam main Bumble ni semua lah. Actually by right lah. Then by left macam tertiba macam hati macam berkata macam kau try lah buka lah. So create a new account. Then swipe kalau macam Alip juga lah. Kalau aku swipe macam gitu lah.
Terserempak pula.
Then bila nampak isteri aku, aku macam swipe on the left, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Kira macam X tau.
Okay.
X, okay.
Cancel.
Tapi tak tahu macam mana. The funny thing is, tak tahu macam mana benda ni pergi kat like.
Kau wanted to reject tapi
Yes, I
was actually a rejected person. But then it became non-rejected.
Ini pergerakan Tuhan tau.
Itulah.
secret dia pun reject aku.
Sama.
At least laki reject. Perempuan reject tak apa. Tapi aku kena reject.
Faham. Okay, so dia like lah.
Kira macam that's the funny part lah.
Okay.
Aku reject. Then tiba-tiba bini aku send a message. But before bini aku send a message, I was talking to another woman.
Okay.
At the same time bini aku pula masuk line. Then aku ingat perempuan tu yang reply.
Okay.
So aku macam
tersalah message.
Tersalah message.
Faham.
Dia macam apa, jodoh dia macam
itulah.
Gitu.
Kita tengok gambar macam bukan ke ni aku reject ke tadi? Macam dia boleh message lah. Macam gitulah. So aku macam confused. So bila kita dah start berbual kan, so aku pun macam okay lah, dah start berbual, kita berbual lah macam biasa. So niat aku is actually setakat nak kawan je, tak nak lebih daripada tu. Then kita start berbual macam sis bro ni semua lah.
Assalamualaikum sis.
Okay lah sis apa ni, kalau tak suka sis boleh gerak lah gini-gini. Then kita pun macam berbual cakap-cakap each other lah. Then aku cakap dengan bini aku lah, aku cakap okay wait, why not kita exchange numbers.
Okay.
Then kita kita berbual kat Telegram. Kalau tak nak ambil nombor tak apa, Telegram ada username buat. So kasih username lah. So at first kita kasih username, kita exchange username, then kita dah berbual, dah start rapat, then kita exchange numbers.
Okay.
Then from there kita berbual.
Bila
then, tu macam terdetiknya macam macam suka dia ni.
Actually my wife is my wife yang start the first move lah, cakap actually I suka you.
Okay, let me just say because he's like trashing me badly right now. Okay, let me just put it across. Yes, I made the first move. But kita ingatkan just like okay, I was just like, because I also came from a broken relationship.
Okay.
So and also he doesn't look like someone that
will break your heart lah.
No, he looks like someone that will break my heart.
Oh, okay.
Faham.
So I was just thinking like macam okay lah, suka, kita try, just date. My niat was to date.
Okay.
So that's why I made the first move, because he was just playing damn hard to get. So I had to break the ice and just say, okay, I like you, and then maybe we should date. That was my intention. That is my first move.
Yeah.
But our friend here said, oh, I kalau bab suka-suka ni, I serious tau. Kalau sayang means sayang. So kita matai dulu.
Okay.
He said matai. I didn't say matai.
But first kita gidit what?
No,
Before matai tu kita gidit.
immediately say let's matai. Don't even try to stress me now.
Dah lupa. Cerita dah lama.
Pergi tengok balik Bumble app.
I will never forget. He was the one that said, kalau bab suka-suka ni, I serious. I tak main-main tau. So kalau nak matai, okay, kita serious.
So untuk dalam Adiman punya pendirian tu, kalau kita nak like ni semua, matai terus.
I don't know what he was thinking.
For me, like, why not kita just try? Kalau kita dah suka each other, then why not just give it a try?
Give it a try.
Kalau works, then it works. Kalau tak, then
break up je lah.
just.
But let me just remind everybody, he didn't like me at that point of time.
Not exactly don't like lah. It's just that
Interested
kita dua in a bad relationship.
Faham.
Trauma lah.
It's a
the
trauma. So macam bini aku dia kena dengan ex dia macam gini, aku punya macam gini. So kita macam kita suka tapi tak tahu macam mana nak
Move forward.
macam moving forward. Then kita pun ada trust issue
Like
on
for
each other.
him, he has
faham.
trust issue. For me, it's just like after several heartbreaks, right? I just feel like maybe just nak date je because umur dah meningkat sih. Then I'm just like, okay lah, maybe aku tak akan kahwin lah. Just date je, date around because I was still enjoying my life. So I was thinking like, okay lah, kalau boleh date this guy. And I was just telling myself, maybe a few months lah, bagi few months je.
Okay. So the first meeting tu macam gitu dia cakap. Macam you felt like he doesn't like you?
No, the one was throughout on phone.
Okay, on phone.
So our very first meet up, he actually initiated to meet at
Somewhere like shopping mall macam something yang tak
but what I said,
tempat macam tak panas lah.
Icon.
Tempat macam icon gitu.
Okay.
Tapi dia punya plan was pergi kat
waterfront.
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 But I'll just share. Okay, the thing is because I've had several meetups with different guys before. So whereby either kena buih
Okay.
atau jumpa je dan terus lelaki tu cakap dia nak pergi sini sana dan buih.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so keeping all this in mind, meeting this person, right? I already told him my size. I told him everything before we meet.
Okay.
So I always have this concept. Kalau nak jumpa, meet me somewhere where nobody will be seeing us.
Okay.
Why? Is because this is because trauma. I have trauma.
Yeah.
So I always tell myself, if I have to meet someone new, I meet someone in a park whereby nobody will see me. So if let's say this person were to ditch me or halfway ditch me, I can just merawung there and go back like nothing happened.
Nobody sees you lah.
Yes.
Faham.
So he's the kind whereby dia tak boleh kena macam things flying, macam dragonfly.
Macam benda terbang lah. Lagi-lagi lipas.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware of all this. Like, come on lah.
Dia kalau dah buka kepak dah, nama Iblis. Iblis nama dia.
So when kita jumpa, right, at that point of time COVID.
Okay.
So tapi masih boleh keluar, but you have to wear mask, right?
Okay.
Yep.
So okay, you guys need to remember dia ada trust issue tau. Dia ni ada trust issue tau. So his point of view was that aku ni Photoshop, muka Photoshop.
Okay.
So I actually went there and I didn't know about this Photoshop thing about in his brain that was running in his brain. I don't even understand what's running in his brain. You know, macam apa tu train ni, apa fikir pun tak tahu.
But to me I don't macam judge on people lah. Kalau dah date ni macam gini, then just
Lies.
apa yang lies memang betul kan?
Yeah, but
Okay.
let's just say what happened.
Okay, what happened?
Okay.
So when we meet on that day,
Jadi meet ni kat mana? Dekat shopping centre? ke dekat?
waterfront.
Boleh
We
waterfront.
are still insistent on the waterfront.
Okay.
So he was not happy. And I couldn't understand why. But I only know one thing, because dia dari night shift, he came terus to meet me.
Okay.
Once reached, we went to sit at kat tempat duduk sana
Pondok-pondok.
lah. The pondok-pondok kind lah.
Yeah.
So I was already stressed because it was very hot. As you can see, I sweat a lot. So I was just like, ya Allah panas. Dia ni pula start bising-bising. Kan dah cakap jangan jumpa sini, nak jumpa sini. And then dia pula dah tengah meraung sebab nampak dragonfly sini sana.
Habis ada lebah lagi sini sana.
Oh my God,
Aku sampai betul aku punya first date aku dah macam terlompat saya.
Ya,
Really. Aku lompat. I dah cakap dengan you kan, tak mau bawa sini.
Then I was still there.
Dia masih duduk. Aku yang tunggal lari saya.
I was still relaxed. Dia macam aku dah tengah panas.
Aku dah macam betul dah macam kartun aku.
Yeah,
Dari
so,
sini.
and he was still waiting for me to take out my mask.
Oh,
tengah pakai
Yes, he wants to see whether it's not Photoshop lah.
Okay.
So bila kita buka mask, he just look at my face. Then he only said one thing. Apa saya cakap?
Ingat tak?
Lawa juga muka you.
Alhamdulillah. Masya Allah.
Aku macam shock really shock. Macam bila bini aku first buka dia punya mask, aku macam tengah lari kan. So aku pusing belakang tengok, lawa juga bini, apa ni date aku ni. Dan aku pergi kat dia, aku cakap, you lawa juga
Gitu je. Dan kita tak tahu nak kembang ke, nak gunjuk ke.
So aku cuma boleh nampak bahagian muka dia is hidung dia kembang
Faham.
Buka tutup gitu je
Tengah malu lah, tengah malu. Gitu.
He has to go in details about me. Dia lupa tak aku ni bini dia. Malam ni dia kena tidur dengan aku juga kan. Dia lupa.
Ya Allah.
Dia lupa ni live tau. Orang akan dengar lepas ni.
Okay lah, kira kita share apa kita punya first
Ya nanti orang akan tengok hidung I je.
Kira kembang, apa kembang.
Okay. So after the first meet up tu, when you all balik kan, masing-masing kat dalam hati tu apa? Cakap apa?
For me, I still thought that this will just last for a few months. We will just date.
Why? Why do you think that? Is it because of your
Past relationship.
past relationship?
Okay.
Yes, my past experiences were extremely bad.
Even when you first meet that time, you ada any macam insecurities tak?
Yes, I had a lot of insecurities. So, even when kita dah macam after 1 month, that kind of thing, right, I was still insecure.
Bila korang dah start serious kan, and then you know everything is fine between you, right? But orang luar, you know, kadang-kadang have their preconceived notions of how a couple should look like, couple. So you all ada receive macam that kind of, you know?
I had a best friend.
Okay.
Okay, the best friend was since secondary school lah. When I dated him, we did break up. Me and him, we did break up.
Okay.
Pasal of his trauma, he will be like, angkat kaki jalan. He will always say that to me. So we broke up like macam take a break for a period of time. So when we took a break at that point of time, of course, I had to go to my best friend to share.
Because you are hurting lah.
Yes. So when I shared with her, and then she was like, aku dah cakap dengan kau, this fella looks like a playboy. So okay lah. So that's just it. We didn't even like say anything, didn't plan out anything. Okay. So what happened was a few days later, or maybe a month later, I found out from my own best friend that she actually was intending, or maybe she already created a profile to add him.
Fake account, is it?
Yeah,
fake account.
Okay.
To see his sincerity.
Pasal okay. Diorang punya part is macam, senang kata macam diorang nak tengok laki ni macam senang tak kalau aku goda date ni, senang tak dia ni senang tergoda. Macam aku pula, aku kalau aku tak suka orang tu means aku tak suka. Kau siapa, aku siapa. Aku ni orang macam tu. So at that time of point, bila kawan dia, one of the friend created a new account, fake account at aku tengok siapa sia ni. Aku dah kenal. So aku just biarkan gitu lah.
So
dan
you never accept lah?
Aku dah tak ingat aku accept atau tak accept.
Okay, faham.
Tapi aku tak rasa aku accept. Tapi tak layan terus lah. Dan aku macam at that time aku ada macam bilang dengan bini aku lah, macam aku share macam siapa dia ni So bini aku tengok, oh dia ni. Dia bilang dia bilang
This person, okay.
Dan aku macam dan aku terus remove.
But
Straight away remove.
after that account created, right? What I understood was that my best friend thinks that me and him tak sepadan.
Okay.
So what triggered me was that at that point of time when she tells me this, and then she actually had other two friends who are also dumbos, who actually followed her to do this. Two or three, I think it's two. So at that point when they did this, right, what triggered me was that also I don't deserve to have a significant person in my life.
Okay.
So because she keeps saying that his size is like that, I'm like that, not directly but enough for you to understand where it's coming from.
Faham.
So that was our first
Pergaduhan.
not pergaduhan antara kita,
But with you and your best friend.
yes.
Okay.
It caused the end of our friendship because I couldn't take it.
Okay. So to say dorang macam kata they had, in a way they had your heart, like they had the best interest of your heart lah, kira kan. Macam like they want to test him whether
But I didn't ask for it.
Right.
So if let's say I asked or I needed help, then of course then it's the best interest for me. However, it wasn't asked for.
Just took into his own hands.
Yes, this was upon their own decision without me knowing. And I was only aware after they created this for a few days.
Okay.
So I feel like at that point, as an individual, I feel that I've been disregarded. So that caused a strain in our relationship. Because I only told him about 2 months or 3 months later. I didn't want to tell him because at that point of time, I was still thinking, because after my best friend did this, right, I told myself, so it's true. I'm just going to date this person for a few months because everybody is thinking that he is
a playboy. Okay.
Of course, he looks like it. He looks like it also. This is now. Back then.
Nak tengok juga gambar dia nanti. Nanti tunjuk
Even when I showed, when we dated, right, first time he want to meet my parents. Very first time. Belum apa-apa pun. Tak ada apa-apa. He just want to meet my parents, right? My mom even asked me, are you sure this is the person that you want to date?
Okay.
Yeah, so with all this in mind, I just told myself, okay, maybe this is just going to last for a few months. I wasn't even thinking of getting engaged, let alone marriage.
Yeah.
Because of all this, because I keep telling myself, this is just going to be a while. It's just for a while. No matter how lovey-dovey you are at this point of time, this is not going to last. Because we broke up once.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a bit of an impact for me as an individual.
So I think you just went to your best friend in a state of vulnerability. You tengah sedih, just to luahkan perasaan, right? But then you tak sangka yang dia akan buat this kind of thing. And then the reasons that she gave also macam korang tak sepadan lah, and things like that. Api-apikan, right? I think if I were in your position also, I would feel macam, am I really not worthy, of love? So
ataupun am I not even capable of getting someone to love me? That's one thing that I feel that is something yang betul-betul you might have been going through, because you mentioned your past traumas, your past relationships. It's been only for a few months and things like that. So naturally, with coupled with your insecurities and things like that, and people are treating you as such. So bila orang macam like, tak apa, aku nak buat ni untuk engkau, without even telling you, it takes away your apa nama dia, it takes away your ability to make your own decisions in your own relationship.
Also confident lah.
So another thing that I want to touch on also is the community punya perception lah. Society punya perception. So maksudnya tu macam orang luar tengok you kan, ada tak diorang macam throw judgement at you because of the way that you look?
Ada juga.
As a couple lah.
Ada.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Aidil Azlan from Your Reno Works, and here are 3 tips for you to avoid renovation scam. Number 1, every time you get a quotation, make sure that it's itemized. Jangan dapat quotation package pergi, package balik, package pergi, tapi barang-barang dalam package tak nampak. So make sure that everything is itemized so that you know what you're paying for. Here's tip number 2, make sure they are HDB registered. Apa makna HDB registered? Bermakna bila engkau engage this renovation specialist, dorang are legally allowed to renovate a HDB home. Jangan tengok dorang, oh boleh bikin ni, boleh bikin tu. Sekali check tak HDB registered. And number 3, make sure bila bayar tu in stages, not 100% before start work. There's a deposit, there's a second stage payment, there's a third stage payment. Make sure all your payments are in stages, and also after every payment ada invoice. So that's all for now. Apa-apa boleh contact Your Reno Works at 8383-7879. Assalamualaikum. Your Reno Works can be trusted.
Bila you kat luar ke apa, orang tengok macam
ada
semacam.
Pasal masa tu kita nak pergi makan.
Okay.
So aku pula kuat makan terbalik. So
terbalik.
kita pergi mana sayang that time?
Pepper lunch.
So bini aku
And okay,
order.
that one was right after on that day yang kita pergi makan pepper lunch was on that day yang kita tunang. Baru sarung cincin that day.
Okay, dah habis ini apa ceremony terus jumpa pergi makan dinner lah.
Yeah, just
yes,
both of
yes.
us. Yeah.
Okay,
After
okay.
from my house straight kita pergi
Pepper lunch.
Pergi pepper lunch.
Okay.
I was still trying to maintain my weight. Okay.
Kira on diet lah senang.
Yeah. So so we ordered a few lah. Kita ordered like 4 main dishes.
Okay.
4 pepper lunch. You know how the pepper lunch comes,
Yeah.
right? So we had the pasta version, and then we had the rice version, or just the meat on its own.
Okay.
People were looking. People around us were all looking at our table.
Dah start
Yeah.
orang semua dah start judge.
Judge
tau.
lah, judge.
Yeah.
Kira kiri kanan semua dah tengok.
Okay. Diorang fikir aku yang nak makan.
Padahal dia yang kuat makan.
Tapi aku punya
Adiman
makan
kuat
pun aku tak habis. Yang habiskan dia.
Kau memang makan banyak
Time tu aku
bulking.
aku kira bukan bulking lah. Macam just selera tekat nak makan tau. Nak makan je tau. So aku minta ni, minta tu, minta ni, minta tu. So bila makanan dah sampai, so the whole family kat sebelah kiri dengan sebelah kanan semua dah start tengok. Orang sangkakan is bini aku nak makan.
Okay.
But
Actually,
they are wrong. They were wrong about that. Aku yang makan semuanya.
Yeah.
Finish everything.
Aku yang habiskan.
He finished.
Oh wow.
And I was just sitting there waiting for him to finish his
Orang
meal.
dah start judge tau. Before aku start makan, orang judge. Ni mesti perempuan ni yang makan banyak tu.
Okay.
Yeah.
And aku yang makan, orang terperanjat. Kira kan tau. Semua tu macam, dia ni yang makan.
Okay.
Macam gitu.
Faham.
Ada tak at any particular point of time kan you rasa marah yang orang judge your wife?
Every time.
like that?
Every time. Every time.
Apa
Every single time.
apa dalam kepala otak?
Macam
You
bubuk.
Betul
Macam for me like she also a human what. Macam kita semua we were born not to be a perfect person. Semua ada cacatnya. Walaupun kau sempurna macam mana pun tetap diri kau ada cacat juga.
Yeah.
So pada aku there's nothing to judge on people. Kalau kau rasa diri kau bagus sangat, then tu terpulangan kau. Tapi jangan bawa kat orang lain.
Okay.
Itu untuk diri aku lah. So every time kalau orang macam tengok bini aku macam atas bawah, macam judge kan. So hati aku macam, dia ni asal tengok-tengok. Asal tak pernah nampak orang macam gini ke? So aku macam dah start
dah marah lah.
Dah fanatik lah.
Kira dah fanatik lah.
Penat-penat dalam semua dah keluar.
Nasib baik kaki tak melayang.
Lah, so you marah lah, of course lah.
Yeah.
This is your wife, right? You would want to protect your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bila time okay, because we're talking about kalau korang if because we haven't really specifically mentioned this whole situation, apa have we been talking about. I realised that. So okay, kalau korang yang tak tengok this video, okay, because we are being blunt about it kan, we wanted to do that in the first place. So Adiman in size, dalam segi size dia seorang yang kurus, yang betul-betul small size, sampai orang kata apa, underweight.
Okay.
Yes.
But for Basirah pula, she's on the opposite. So generally this is the issue that we've been trying to address, because memang I think we mentioned of course also just now yang kadang-kadang the perception of perkahwinan, perception of
Couple
I wouldn't
lah.
say of a beautiful couple. Okay, selalu macam celebrities, right? Celebrities yang kata, oh, look at the husband and wife yang good looking, things like that.
Sedondon, that kind of thing.
But of course, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Kan? So bila part, that's why I think just now Farah was trying to ask, macam no, orang dah judge and things like that. What are the kind of experiences yang korang have been facing, throughout your past few years of dating? So, you've been married for how long again?
Going to 3 years.
3 years and then dating since 2021 June. Ingat lagi.
Wow.
Then 2021 June sampai sekarang lah korang dah berkenalan and things like that. So the kind of words being thrown at you, do you recall all these kind of negativeness that you faced throughout this whole relationship?
There were negative comments.
Okay.
Like macam halus je mata engkau. Engkau macam gini, halus je 1 and 0.
Oi.
Okay.
That's one. And then actually not very significant words cast out lah.
But maybe just macam pandangan orang
Then
macam
some people say satu bola, satu stick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
hey.
Yeah. So
Cakap je.
this is just certain things that I can remember vividly lah. It's either 1 or 0 atau bola dengan stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did it affect you in your macam self-esteem ke? You feel insecure?
I think that was the reason why I keep telling myself that the relationship won't last. Like it's not about self-esteem. It's more of like if can, like macam because throughout our relationship sebelum tunang, we were always going back and forth fighting because of his past experience, right?
Okay.
So he's always bringing that into the picture that will cause us to fight. And when we fight, he always will, like his defense mechanism is to say, kau angkat kaki jalan lah. That's his defense mechanism. So for me, because I've heard all this, right? So I always tell myself that at one point when you really cannot take it, kau betul-betul angkat kaki jalan. There was one point where I really angkat kaki jalan. I literally say, okay, you want to do this, hang up the call. We hang up the call. And then that was after that breakup lah. Ni kirakan aku dah tak boleh tahan lah. Dan kau tak habis repeat ni benda, aku penat. So when that day happened, I just told myself, okay, dah end kan? Tutup handphone, tidur. So I told myself, okay fine, I'm done. People are not going to say things about me already because yeah, you have it. The relationship ended already.
So aku punya part pula, kawan aku macam kasih aku macam
Wake up call lah.
yes. Pasal dia pun in a same situations, but at the same time dia pun tengah matai juga.
Okay.
Time tu dia dengan dia punya, sekarang dah tunang lah. So time tu dia dengan tunang dia baru juga matai. Tapi dia pun try to stabilize dia orang punya relationship juga.
Okay.
Macam pada dia macam aku tak nak bawa yang past sampai ke sini.
Yep.
Pada aku ni yang baru, then kita start yang baru.
Start fresh lah
Yes,
kan.
correct.
Okay.
So that's how dia macam macam bilang aku macam ajar aku cara yang bagus, cara yang jalan yang betul lah.
But at that point, the point that he want to change was the time that I thought like I am done.
Yeah.
Done with relationships.
I'm done.
Kira
I'm
dah
done
macam
with him.
terbalik.
Yeah, I'm literally done with this person because dah cukup lah aku dah kena dengan orang peli aku pasal aku punya size dengan dia ni. Dah cukup lah ni semua. Lepas tu dia ni pula nak tak habis suruh aku angkat kaki jalan.
Aku pula macam test water macam aku nak tengok perempuan ni boleh
sabar ke
boleh
tak.
sabar tak.
Yeah, so he was
Pasal
really testing me.
Ya, kita dua having a bad past relationship. So aku nak tengok perempuan ni kuat tak, dia punya hati dia kuat tak, boleh sabar tak. So bila yelah setiap manusia mesti ada orang punya limit what. So aku dah nampak bini aku punya limits. So aku macam okay, that's it, kita stop. Aku tak nak macam gitu lagi. Kita start with a fresh start lah.
Fresh page lah.
Yeah, but by then I was already done.
Tapi dah kira terlambat lah.
Kira made a mistake lah.
Yeah, he really messed up lah at that point of time because I was already done. Like I'm just like okay, sudahlah. Because I have enough of people judging my size and people telling me that me and him are not compatible. So for me, it's like okay, you guys got what you wanted, and this fella is also not gonna help me move forward. So I just told myself, okay, what he already want to end the relationship, just done. Be close chapter. So I literally wanted to put a stop lah. It's not because I don't love this person, but it's because of the
Everything
crowd,
else
the
around
noise,
you.
the
Toxic
noise,
ada,
yes.
the toxic.
Yeah, the noise that's around me. Think like last time bila kita baru kahwin, have our first child, we still post macam I love you and all that. But now it's like wear down.
Very jarang.
Very jarang already because I don't need people to know. You know, I don't need people to know that I still love this person.
Antara each other lah kan.
Yeah, I'm still married, right? I'm still married with this person, right? I'm still with him, right? We have 2 children. So, what more do you need to know? You know?
Aku memang tak banyak post tentang how's my life been going on, how's my marriage been going on. Aku tak tunjuk tahu orang ni semua. Then bini aku kadang macam tertanya-tanya juga macam, kenapa sayang macam lately I post sayang macam reply macam repost je macam gitu. So pada
tambah caption
something. Tapi aku bilang bini aku, for what I need to show to the people?
Right.
For what?
That's why we came to a common understanding lah.
That's why nanti
not necessary lah. Yeah,
so at first bini aku macam tak agree.
Yeah.
Macam ni mesti sayang dah tak suka I kan, dah tak sayang I.
I think as women
something
we
like
have
that. So
that.
dia dah start macam fikir negatif tau tentang pasal terhadap diri aku. So pada aku pula macam for what? For what I need to show?
Right.
Ni aku punya hidup kan. It's not aku nak ketunjuk every single time. Aku sayang bini aku. Ni bini aku. Ni aku punya love terhadap bini aku. Aku buat apa nak tunjuk. Then nanti orang macam tengok, meluat je tengok. Meluat je.
I think that's why
macam,
it came
cringe
to this point lah. Macam for me it's like dah terbiasa with this routine, right? Like I don't have to share. I probably just share about my children.
Yes.
Yeah, or my cooking. That's it. Like I don't need to share to people that sometimes tergerak hati tau nak share. Macam tengok orang lain post, kadang kita nak repost kan. Share our picture. Then I'm like, apa aku nak cakap? What? Like you guys are saying so much that I'm just like, nah.
But I'm just very curious, is there a part of you also yang fikir macam, okay, kalau aku post, nanti ada je orang yang cakap? Ada je orang nak
definitely.
komen?
Because
that's why I always talk to my wife lah about these things. Every single time kalau ada post je nanti I macam I dah cakap dah.
Right.
So definitely people will say lah. People will definitely say. Like last time bila kita baru kahwin, he got me I don't know, I think it was a flower or something, you know, I posted. And then people was like, oh, so sweet. But those kind of words, you don't know whether the intentions are pure. You don't know whether it's evil eye.
Kita tak tahu niat orang macam mana. Kita tak tahu is it dia orang dengki dengan kita ke atau memang dia orang just
genuinely happy ke.
But you don't know whether macam like to top with what he said. Macam I feel that as a couple, when it's still raw, when you just married, it's still raw. Honeymoon raw, you know. But over time, you are already macam immune to this person, the bad side, the good side. So when people people are definitely bound to say. So macam we do not have significant people who commented after our marriage. We didn't have people like saying this and that. But like those small things, macam when we give when he gives me flowers, you know, that people are that kind of thing. So ever since then, I realized that no, I don't want to do this because you will never know what
siapa
people are thinking.
Betul.
You know, I always have this one mentality macam the closer the people are, the chances are higher.
Faham.
You know, it's very prone. So I've learned the way to just not have a lot of social media postings about our marriage.
Faham. And then also I just want to share some personal feelings that I have lah in regards to macam you know, community punya perception. Because when I first met Yan, I think I was not I've never been the skinniest woman around lah. So whenever it comes to dating kan, I always feel very insecure. Macam I've had guys yang you know approach me but they are macam smaller than me, but I feel macam tak nak macam orang mau cakap apa nanti kan. So it's very sad that this is the kind of mindset that a lot of women have.
Yeah.
Just because community punya perception cakap, no, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, see, people are very quick to judge, you know. Like for me as an individual person, regardless of me being married or not, I always advocate this lah. You are not in our position, you know. So like as being a plus size woman, you know, of course, macam like what you said, it's very sad because I also have plus size friends. I also see in social media, like I have acquaintances, you know. So when I see them going through heartbreak, or like let's not just say fat people lah, like plus size people let's just say even the normal sized, you know, like just 2 days back I spoke to someone and then she just told me that her husband is with another woman.
Oh, Allah.
Okay, so it was not 2 days ago, it was just yesterday. Yeah. So I was just randomly talking to her, and then when she told me this, I was Allahu, because she is pretty. Honestly, she is very pretty. Pretty, pandai bergaya, badan lawa. So apa yang kurang
Ya, apa yang kurang?
So I always tell myself, macam this is why I wanted to do this, because it's not only plus size je tau. Macam every individual woman, we go through this kind of things. But for me, macam it's heavier on the plus size people because we are not regarded properly. We are always disregarded. You know, macam for men, sometimes based on my experiences, I'm just going to put it across. This is based on solely my experience. We are not regarded as humans. We are regarded like assets.
Women.
Okay? I'm just going to put it this way. Cara kasar, we are regarded as assets. Okay? We are not regarded as someone that can be valued, can be cherished. You know, these are things that I've never shared with anybody. Not even my husband, not even my family. Aside from one of my friend, Nat, or Lina, I always share things with my mom. Okay? But this thing that I just said now about asset is something that today I'm sharing. Okay? Because how do I put it? Based on my experiences, I've always been treated like an asset. And it's not a good asset. It's a bad asset. You know? So, falling into different traps, different people. So, that's why I say it's very sad for big size people like me and anybody, because we are not regarded like how every other woman are regarded. You know? So, macam bila kita pun nak date. Kita pun nak
nak
bercinta. Like kita nak semua. Why are we not regarded as people that can be loved? Why? Apa yang kurang kita dengan orang lain? You see, this is why people don't see it. You see, this is sensitive because, and I don't think people want to share because this is sensitive. And it's a taboo to talk about this because benda macam gini malulah. Malu nak cakap. But for me, I feel that this is something that I can voice out now because I'm married. Okay, I have children. But I still see people doing this. I still see people going through this. And it's a taboo not to talk about it.
I think since you've mentioned it, it's also very apparent that sometimes there's this double standard going on. For example, when a guy gets a jambu punya perempuan very kurus and everything, it's very applaud.
When a big size guy,
when
a big size guy gets a lady like that, nanti dia macam, baik kau
baik
dapat,
bro, berapa
dapat. Tapi when the roles are reversed, it's like what you mentioned, you just become an asset in a sense. Dia tak dipandang macam kau baik kau dapat. Unlikely to have seen such situations.
It's often macam kau betul ke dia suka kau, like betul ke, like,
see, that's the thing. This conversation that we just said is controversial because people are bound to say things. But I'm saying it based on experience. Okay, so that's why I say I'm not going to say, every man treat plus size woman as assets. Nope. I'm not going to say that. Okay, but I'm just saying there are minority. Okay, and this is something that inevitable. It happens. Okay, not because korang intentionally nak treat orang gemuk as assets. No, but it's a mentality. Okay, so that's why when my husband came into the picture, I thought that he's going to treat me like an asset. Okay, because before my husband came into the picture, I was on LDR, long distance.
Okay.
Because dah penat dengan orang Singapore.
Okay.
Very penat. Dah serik. So I was on LDR, and that LDR, of course when it's LDR, you don't have physical contact. You don't meet the person. But obviously you're very heavily invested on the phone. Okay, but because it was COVID and everything ending, maybe I grew tired lah. I grew tired for the fact that this is happening. And I still have people telling me, kau betul dia ni nak suka kau macam gini, gitu, gini. Because I told my husband, before I met him, I was on an LDR with a footballer. Okay, but African. Okay, so I told my husband said,
Padahal tadi dia kata English daripada Afrika.
Faham.
Ada meaning.
No, but serious.
Okay.
He was terperanjat macam, apa saya cakap? Macam betul lah. Macam apa? And it was fully aware by my family were aware of this relationship with this person. So macam for me it's like dah penat. Even orang African pun korang fikir aku tak mampu nak together dengan.
Nak disayangi lah. Okay.
Orang Afrika kau cakap orang gemuk tak boleh. Orang Afrika buat pakai kau pasal kau Singaporean lah, kau ni lah, itu tu sebab dia nak matai dengan kau. Then what?
It's like, am I not worth it?
Yeah.
Like, apa kau orang ni?
Apa? Singapore tak boleh.
Afrika
Ini tak boleh. Afrika jauh pun tak boleh. Habis apa? Aku buat apa?
Faham.
So
You get what I mean?
It makes you wonder like just because of my size that I'm not worthy of being loved.
Yes. And that's the reason why I ended the relationship. Yes, because dah renggang. Dah macam dah penat. Macam orang dah cakap gini, dia footballer tak boleh, dia ini, kau badan besar, dia setakat buat pakai kau, nanti dia datang Singapore, dia dah fly kite, you know, that kind of thing. So macam just like okay.
Assalamualaikum. Hari ni aku nak share dengan kau things that are trending in the living room in 2024. I'm Aidil Azlan from Your Reno Works. Let's go. Number 1 trending in living room, L-box. Sekarang orang dah tak bikin cornice. Bila kau bikin cornice, dalam berabuk. Jadi orang dah tak bikin dah. Sekarang kita selalu recommend bikin L-box with an LED profile. Bermakna korang punya LED strip tu is inlaid into korang punya L-box or false ceiling. Number 2, privacy screens. Sekarang banyak BTO, gate bertembung dengan jiran. Jadi macam mana nak hide korang punya living room daripada jiran pass by and nampak apa korang bikin dalam rumah. So korang bikin privacy screen. Ada orang bikin PVC foam board, ada orang bikin something that is more functional, PVC foam board dengan settee seat where you can sit down there. It works also as a shoe cabinet. So that's all for now. Apa-apa call 8383-7879. Your Reno Works can be trusted. Assalamualaikum.
Now that you're blessed with 2 children kan, what are some complications that, considering the negative societal image towards the two of you or towards in general?
Yeah, because usually people say that orang of a certain size macam plus size macam nak beranak macam susah.
Yes.
Hard to conceive.
See, before I was even together with my husband, it was already instilled in my brain, because when I was working with different colleagues, they will always have this conversation with me, whereby, Teacher Bas, I think you need to lose a bit of weight, because when you get married, it'll be hard for you to conceive.
People tell you that?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had. This one I forgot to tell you just now. But yeah, this is in 2018-2019.
Okay.
My ex-supervisor. Because I was a teacher since then. Not 2018, I mean 2013.
2013.
Okay.
Back then.
Yeah, I started at 18 years old in childcare. So my ex-supervisor, she's very blunt. Okay, so we were having this conversation because I was taking care of infants at that point of time. So I was just saying, I can't wait to have a baby of my own. Back then lah.
Masih muda kan?
Masih muda kan. Masih angan-angan. So when we were having this conversation, she was the first person that ticked me off by saying that you need to lose weight. Then I say why? Yeah, because I think it will be hard for you to do normal birth. Probably you need to cut. And cut also will be difficult because you're big size. So she was the very first person to tick me off this way. And then over the years, like different people come across, also give me this conversation with me, So it's been instilled in my brain that I will never be able to conceive.
Okay.
Because of size.
Because of my size. And I remember clearly telling my husband, before we married kan, I cakap, like, if let's say I tak dapat ada anak,
Yes.
will you be still with me? Dan itu dah lepas tunang. Lepas tunang, I told him this. If let's say kita kahwin, if let's say I tak boleh ada anak, you still want to stay with me or not? And he was saying that tak apalah, kalau kita berdua je dan dah. Usaha je. Tak dapat tak apa. So after I had my first, then 1.5 years later, I conceived my second. So, my second one, I tak put it in social media at all. I was very silent. Only close ones knew that I was pregnant. Okay, because I wasn't prepared for what people are going to say. Say, anak kau masih muda, masih kecil, kau ngandung lagi, that kind of thing. But to my surprise, after, because I'm a HPB, right? So, I had to take a break after I gave birth. Because orders were still coming in on the day that I was admitted to give birth. Labor, right?
Labor,
So I was still having orders that morning for that weekend.
Oh my God.
Alamak.
So when this thing happened, I had to put it across in my social media platform that I've given birth. So I'll be taking a break.
You had to announce,
Yes, I had to announce it because not because I want people to know, but because of my business. People are coming in. I think I had to turn down 7 or 8 people. That period of time. Rezeki, memang rezeki, because I was still baking and cooking a week prior to the day that I had to pop. Okay. So when this thing happened, after I gave birth, after I announced, 8 people DM'd.
Okay.
Basirah, can I just ask you, do you go through anything to conceive the second? Or do you take in any pills? One person, was it IVF?
Was it IVF?
I was shocked. I was like, huh? Did I even tell anything that I have problem?
To conceive.
To conceive. Was there anything that I show on my social media that shows or indicates that I'm having issues conceiving? But when these people came to me and they asked me, how did you have your second?
Right.
So, to be very honest, I only tell them one thing. Okay, but I have to be as constructive as possible.
To be nice ke customer service.
I have to do proper customer service, right? Tak boleh macam just
Kalau
cakap.
kena dengan aku tak ada.
Tak boleh cara kasar cakap kan. So, to make it very positive, I just say let the zen flow, understand each other, and then things will happen.
Right.
But kalau kau tanya isi hati aku cakap kau main je lah. Apa susah? Sorry, like even though I dah hijab ni kan, but sometimes this kind of people betul trigger tau. Macam
because of the notion that they bring with the question.
Apa yang IVF? Orang gemuk tak boleh give birth ke? I mean, no pun intended. I know some people are struggling. I understand this, but do not ask this to someone else. It's not nice. You will never know.
Right.
Unless dorang, like for us, kita kan tengah trying to conceive. We share our journey, things like that.
If you share and then if
People
people ask, it's fine. I have not done anything to say that guys, I'm struggling, or guys, we are trying to conceive. I also find out that you guys are trying through your social media platform. And of course, if as a friend I ask, it's fine because of obviously you shared. So I want to ask.
We want to ask for concern.
But you are just blatantly asking me just because you see me like that. Then it's not nice.
You need to choose your words carefully, guys.
Yes.
I mean, if you see someone give birth, And then you just say congratulations. You know.
At that point when these people ask, I was still going through my pantang period, you know guys. So kau bayangkan apa aku rasa dengan aku jahit macam gini, lepas tu kau tanya aku soalan gini.
Aduh.
So dapatlah jawapan aku.
I also want to tanya Adiman juga. Bila you membesar tu, did you receive any judgement because of your size also?
Yeah, I did have. A lot of people keep calling me by names like Mak Drak. Isak gamai. Kau apa pipi apa nampak macam apa ni termasuk gitu, macam orang yang ambil dada gitu. So aku macam mula-mula aku sensitif kan. Kita yang kurus ni nampak kurus, tapi actually kan deep down inside kita nak macam diorang juga.
Nak membesar.
Yes. Every time aku tengok macam letak lah abang-abang saudara aku diorang sebelum kahwin kurus. Dah kahwin naik badan tau.
Macam aku.
Tapi aku pula diorang cakap tak apa Man, nanti dah kahwin kan, dah besar, kau mesti naik badannya. Dah masuk 3 tahun bro.
Sama juga.
But
Badan aku
I'm
tak
feeding
sama.
you well, right?
Yeah.
And people think, people will think kau tak cukup makan, is it? Kau yang makan makanan lelaki kau ke? I've had this.
Cuma yang naik is apa? Perut aku je. Perut yang naik.
People
But the
kau
6
yang
pack
naik
tu
badan.
ada 1 pack.
So you see?
Wow.
Oh yes, that's one thing. He used to have 6 packs lah. Sekarang dah 1 pack. So ada naik juga. Bukan
Cuma
tak
tak nampak lah
naik.
dari luar.
Takkan aku nak paparkan kat korang kan lelaki aku ada 1 pack. Sekarang tak payah. Dia dulu ada 6 packs. Yes. Sebelum kahwin dia 6 pack.
Tu masa dulu aku kuat sensitif lah. Bila orang cakap pasal aku body size kan, aku sensitif. Tapi bila dah makin membesar, makin dewasa, bila orang cakap pasal body size aku macam lantak kau lah. Kau happy lah. Aku pun happy juga kat sini.
Right.
Kalau tak, kau pergi babat kasih aku. Kita transfer lah.
Let's make a trade right now.
Every time kalau keluar dengan members aku kan, diorang tengok aku makan, diorang yang jealous tau. Pasal apa? Makan banyak tapi tak boleh naik badan. Sampai kawan-kawan aku semua panggil aku apa? Barry Allen. Kau tahu Flash?
Yes, of course.
Makan tapi minum
just to be fast.
minum liquor pun tetap tak boleh mabuk. Makan banyak pun tak boleh naik badan. Diorang panggil aku Barry Allen.
Barry Allen.
Kau ni betul-betul Flash lah. The apa ni?
High metabolism kan?
The real life Flash. Barry Allen lah. Nak tukar nama man, Barry Allen lah.
But actually I'm very curious now because both of you have your own macam traumas growing up kan. Dia macam on the opposite ends tau. Macam Adiman is too skinny and then macam Basirah is orang semua cakap plus size. So did you guys ever bonded because of that? Macam your trauma tapi on the opposite ends, but you are essentially going through the same thing lah. People macam judge you for your looks.
Because we both know that is our trigger point. So that's something that we will never address.
Okay,
you know, because we macam dah kahwin kan, kita dah faham each other. We know what is to be said and what is not. Even though you are married, you still need to take care of this person's heart.
Betul.
And I know what will hurt him. He knows what will hurt
Talking
him.
about body size, macam pada aku tak suka judge dalam segi bentuk badan orang tau, atau wajah rupa orang. Pada aku walaupun buruk tapi hati biar ikhlas. Orang cakap macam gitulah, senang kata gitulah. Aku accept bini aku dengan seikhlas hatinya.
There was never a point korang macam just shoot each other ke apa.
No, never. We never once like dah gemuk sangat lah sayang, sayang kurus penuh, never.
Kita keluar pun macam bini aku yang rasa malu, rasa segan depan orang. Tapi pada aku macam
she's my wife, man.
I mean before that aku macam dia apa aku pun matai what. So buat apa aku nak malu? Pada aku macam for what I need to be embarrassed in front of people.
Right.
This is my girlfriend. I need to show off my girlfriend in front of
He
people.
likes, I don't. Like I dah pasal banyak trauma kan. Macam segan lah bila suddenly something
I
like
feel
that.
proud. Aku rasa proud. Aku rasa bangga. Dah macam Kajol aku tengok.
Syabas. Kajol.
Cuba nyanyi sikit.
Sekarang dah kojo.
Wow. So it really goes to show kita.
I think bottom line is just to be kind. Use kind words and not to judge. I think we as a human race it's very easy. It's okay to be curious, but we have to be very careful of not to cross the line of being macam invasive or very critical,
Kata orang tu
very
jangan
judgmental.
lebih-lebih sangat lah.
Macam ada batas lah.
Yes, ada batas.
Because there's a difference between being curious and being rude.
Yes.
Right? So we do not want, if you are curious, there are ways to go about it. And then at the same time also, the thing from the whole session that we had today with Basirah Adiman, aku rasa the most important thing yang kita kena most important kita kena ingat is that kita semua manusia yang mempunyai akal fikiran, kita mempunyai perasaan. Perasaan. And then we all go through the things that everyone else go through. The trauma of people, bullying lah, kata-kata kesat lah. All these are evidence that semua akan rasa. Even like just now you mention, orang yang mungkin tak ada yang lawa pun akan ada mengalami benda yang kurang baik.
We just have to be very careful of what we say, because kita macam cakap lepas saja, tapi the person receiving it it might trigger them to
it would hurt people
to ways that you can never imagine.
Yes,
It can cause pergaduhan antara suami isteri and all that. So again, once again we want to thank Basirah and Adiman for sharing your story. I think this one is how to say it's not talked about enough. So we are so grateful that you guys, both husband and wife, are so willing to share your journey, and insyaAllah from this sharing, people can learn a thing or two lah. Be mindful, be kind, and don't judge. Love is love.
Only judge can got me.
Only God can judge me. Okay, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
InsyaAllah. So this is of course one of the very first few times kita berbual pasal this topic. I mean, if you guys want to share your stories also, either you can do it at Pillow Talk, submit QR code.
Or you
can DM kita, like how Basirah did. That's why she's here today.
Yes.
Right? So
I think if Basirah didn't approach us, right, we would never be,
touch on this
topic lah. Because we feel like it's sensitive, right? Macam takkan nak tanya orang, hi, anybody willing to share macam but alhamdulillah, Allah gerakkan hati you and like approach us. So thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, so of course kita jangan lupa lah.
Jangan lupa
apa?
Jangan lupa kita punya partners Your Reno Works tengah ada promotion right now from October to December. If you engage them, you can get 10% off their in-house vinyl. So kita tukar kita punya lantai, nak slide kasih smooth ke apa, tukar vinyl in-house dengan Your Reno Works. Macam mana nak contact dia? 83837879
ataupun follow mereka di Instagram, TikTok dan juga Facebook at Your Reno Works, ataupun lungsuri laman sosial mereka di www.yourrenoworks.com. Melayu not bad hari ni lah. Alright, so once again,
kita boleh cakap Your Reno Works
can be trusted. We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Share it with all of your friends and family members so that they can benefit from this episode, insyaAllah. Till next time, Assalamualaikum.